Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Nicole. Today I'll be trying the L'Oreal Too Much Super Blendable Foundation. I've heard a lot of things about this foundation, good and bad things, so I decided to try it for myself today to see if it actually works for my skin type, which is dry. This foundation claims to perfectly match your skin color and texture, to provide 24 hours of hydration, and to be super blendable. And the shade I got is Juicy Rose Vanilla. So let's see how it works. Okay, so it comes with a pump. I really like the packaging. I think it's quite nice, especially because it comes with a pump. I do hope this color matches my skin tone, because this was the lightest shade I could find here. So let's see. I'm gonna put a bit on the back of my hand just to see how the color is. Let's see. On camera it looks similar to my skin tone, but in the mirror it actually looks a bit too orangey, like it has an orange undertone. I don't know if you can see. I think it might be one shade darker than my skin tone, or maybe just the undertone is not for my skin. I think this has a warm undertone. Maybe it's gonna bring some life into my face. I'm gonna apply primer only on this half of my face to see how this foundation works with and without primer. And I'm gonna be applying the foundation on this side with a blending sponge, and on this side with a brush. I'm gonna apply a pump on the back of my hand to see, okay, to see the consistency. It's not as runny as I thought it would be, but it's quite liquidy. So I'm gonna apply this on my face. Just gonna give a few dots. Just gonna put a few dots on my face. I still have some product left, and I already covered this side of my face with dots, so I'm gonna, let's see. I do feel that it's a bit darker than my skin tone. I mean, I don't know if darker, but I think like a bit more orangey, like it has an orange undertone to it. Maybe it's just me, maybe the camera is not actually capturing it, or maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. I should wear glasses though, because I don't see colors as colorful as I should see them, so maybe that's why. I don't know. This is how it looks with only one layer of foundation. This is definitely not full coverage, and the foundation actually says that it's not full coverage. It says medium coverage, so I'm gonna apply it a bit more to see if it's buildable. For me, with one layer is fine. That's the amount of foundation that I would normally use. So let's just see. So this is how it looks now. It doesn't feel dry at all, but I think that it might get drier during the day. But let's see. So there is a difference. You can see that on this side that I don't have foundation. You can actually see some redness, a few spots there. And on this side, I mean, it looks good on camera, but you can still see some redness over there. It looks very natural. It's like a very natural finish, which I like, because I don't really use full coverage foundation, mainly because I have a dry skin type, and full coverage foundations tend to really dry out my skin. So this type of coverage, like natural finish, is what I really like. So now I'm gonna apply it with a brush to see the difference. This is how the foundation looks. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and I'm gonna come back in a few seconds and tell you what I think. I'm back and I already have my makeup on, and for now I think the foundation is doing okay. On camera it's looking pretty good. I think like it looks good on my skin. I mean, it doesn't feel dry and it doesn't look dry. I do feel that the side where I apply it with a sponge looks better than the side that I apply it with a brush. Only in certain parts, for example here, I feel like the brush emphasized this dry spot that I have here. Like here it already looks a bit dry. These parts here. I think it's the side where I apply it with a brush that is looking a bit drier than this side. If your skin is really dry, I would recommend you to use it with a sponge rather than a brush, because the side that I apply it with a brush on this part, it's emphasizing my dry spot that I have, but on this side it's really smooth. So I don't know if it's the primer or the brush, because on this side I do have primer and on this side I don't. So it might be the primer that made the application smoother, or it might be the sponge. For now I like it, but let's see how it actually works throughout the day. So it's currently 12:30 p.m. and let's see in a few hours if it's still looking like this or not. So I'll be updating you guys throughout the day to see how this foundation works. So see you in a few hours, but a few seconds for you. So it's currently almost 3 p.m. So I've been wearing this foundation for about 2 hours and a half, a bit more, and it's looking pretty good. My skin doesn't look dry. It actually feels nice. It feels quite nice. It hasn't set into my fine lines yet. For now I'm really liking it. I'm really liking how it looks, how it feels. So see you guys in a few more hours with another update. This is the last update. It's almost 9 o'clock, so I've been wearing this foundation for almost 9 hours now, and I really like it. I think it looks really good. My skin doesn't feel dry and it doesn't look dry, so that's really good. It looks really natural, which I love. It is looking a bit oily here and here. I don't know if you can see, but here on this part and here it's looking a bit oily, and it kind of disappeared on this part of my nose. If you have oily skin, I would recommend you to set this foundation with powder. I have dry skin, that's why I didn't set it with powder, and that was like a really good decision because it's just perfect. Like, it didn't dry my skin, it didn't get too oily. It's just like the perfect finish. So the L'Oreal True Match foundation, for me, it works. I actually like it. I like how it feels. It doesn't dry my skin. It doesn't make my skin look dry. It doesn't emphasize my dry spots. If I apply it with a sponge, it surprised me because I really thought that it wasn't going to, especially the color. I really thought it was going to be orange, and it wasn't. I mean, at the beginning it was, but then it actually matched my skin tone. So the name True Match is right. I like that it has a natural finish, so it doesn't have a smell, it doesn't have a fragrance. The color matches my skin tone, so this foundation gets a thumbs up. So if you have dry skin, I would recommend you to try this foundation, to give it a go, to see if it works for you. This is all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, night, depending on where you are. I send you a huge hug and see you guys on my next video.